Hey everybody, Professor Snart here. So we are getting actually fairly close to the end of our 1102 class. Obviously we're just now then getting into the, pardon me, the final essay. And so I wanted to walk you through just a couple of things here because the timing in our schedule gets really important obviously as you begin to finish these last few units. So we are into Unit 9, which is a really quick turnaround. So I know that people are just beginning to develop basic sort of topic ideas for the final paper. Do read through that final assignment carefully then so you get kind of the sense of the scope of the essay, what texts you can use, the source requirements, and that kind of thing. And many of you have had questions that you either emailed to me or just were part of your topic suggestion, and hopefully I answered those. If you're still unclear though, be sure you get back in touch with me. This is where the speed of our course really becomes an issue because you do have to read through the play, develop a topic, the draft, the outline, all of these steps in fairly short order. So the other thing that I wanted to look at here and kind of walk you through was into Unit 10, which at least, and I'm checking the due dates here, you have the week to work on. So Monday, March 1st, Unit 10, the draft and outline are both due. Again, read through the unit carefully so you know sort of what is due as far as what you're turning in, what you have to complete, and again how this sort of fits into the process of getting that final paper done. Unit 11 is actually sort of have two due dates built into it. One that allows you to do some peer editing, so to exchange papers. That'll happen through Blackboard with one of your classmates, so you can get some feedback on the general topic, but also hopefully just little editing things like typos and that sort of stuff. And then of course you're submitting the final essay Monday, March 8th. So still a ways away, but not that far away. So it pays to be on the ball now. Like I said though, I realize people are just developing sort of topic ideas, and what you'll find is that as you get further into the research part, so reading secondary sources, you'll be able to refine your topic into a thesis, and even that thesis into something that sort of captures exactly what you want to say about the primary text or texts that you're talking about. So the other thing that I wanted to talk briefly about is sort of related to topics. You don't have to cover Death of a Salesman, but it makes sense to, especially if you don't have some other very clear idea, because it's a new work, so you're not going to repeat stuff from the first essay. There's lots of various themes that you can talk about, and interesting kind of character relationships, and there's lots of secondary sources. So it's a famous play, which is useful because you're not going to have trouble finding database sources or print material from the library. So it's sort of a practical thing, but is beneficial, especially when time is of the essence for this last paper. So the one kind of professorial thing I wanted to say about Death of a Salesman is that a lot of people, you Google Death of a Salesman and you're bound to find something about the American dream. It's sort of the cliche that surrounds that play, and people are taught, especially in high school, that yes, this play is about the American dream, and just about every general web source you read is it's the American dream, which is not entirely true, but it's become so cliched that we almost don't even think about exactly what that means. So we say, the play is about the American dream, and there I kind of understand the play. But we don't stop to think, well, what does the American dream even mean? What does that all involve? And so my suggestion would be to stay away from the phrase, the American dream, because it's just so, again, kind of common and cliche that we stop thinking about the complexity of it. But this is not to say that you can't cover that basic idea. I just want you to stay away from that phrase because it does just become so overused. So you could be still interested in the American dream. You're just thinking about it in terms of, like, for Willy Loman, it's what are his notions of success? What does it mean to make it big? And part of it's money, but really if you think about it, he doesn't care about the money part so much, even though he's scrambling throughout his life to make ends meet. It's really about prestige, right? Or having a name. And obviously if you have a high-paying job, that produces prestige, but it's not really the money part he cares about. It's having a name, and really, to extend it even further, by the end of the play, his big scheme, and I don't use the American dream phrase, but this is his American dream, is to leave his name as a legacy to his sons, the Lohman Brothers Sporting Goods, right, is his final idea that his sons can start. He's fairly delusional by the end of it. I mean, the chances of this actually happening after his suicide are slim and none, but he doesn't see that. He thinks that his suicide is the best idea. It's a smart business decision, which is what makes that play so sad, I think. Anyway, in short, avoid the American dream as a phrase, but you can certainly pay attention to the kind of complexity of that as a theme. Ideals of success, of what your family's supposed to be like, what your career is supposed to be like. And again, regardless of what approach you take and what texts you cover, focus on those texts, right? So a particular idea within the play, not just the idea of gender in society or, again, success in the world. Certainly those are complex issues, but we're interested in focusing just on that idea within the primary texts that you're covering. Okay. So, continue thinking about your topic. I gave everybody feedback as far as where they're at right now, and I realize these things are tentative right now, and they will develop as you continue to work on your essay. So if I had asked you questions within your topic suggestion, get back to me. You can just email me back and let me know, what other ideas you might have, or ways to refine the topic that you're already thinking about. Okay, so on to Unit 10, which has you starting an outline and rough draft. And of course, be in touch with me if you have questions or further ideas, or if you're stuck on what primary texts to cover or what kind of theme or anything like that.